All right, this morning we're gonna go over a few things that were mentioned last week. First and foremost, if you're taking your van home, don't do it. There's been multiple reports of guys taking their vans home. So if it is you, if it applies to you, don't do it. All right. Next thing. Techs are also uploading completion photos before it's your clock out time, like an hour or two before your clock out time. If we could stop doing that and wait till at least like 15 minutes before you're supposed to clock out to upload the footage and everything and photos and all that in the chat. And the reason before that is because one, it kind of bogs down the system for the girls because they're seeing all the text messages come through, but it's not even your time to clock out. And it throws them off their system because they have to go through, check everything, and then their process is they go into the portal and clock y'all out. Well, if they go through, check everything, but they still have to wait 1 or 2 hours before they go into the portal, they can get forgetful and it screws up the whole clock out process. So if we could just wait until like your last 15 minutes and everything to post your photos and all that good stuff. The next thing is if you get a freeze break job, especially with Lowe's, the first photo needs to be of the shutoff for the system to show that, hey, it was shut off when if there's history, when we left last time, so that there's no chance of them trying to come back onto us saying that we left their water on and that's why their system froze again and busted and all that good stuff. And then also in your description, one of your very first sentences needs to clearly state that, hey, this is a freeze break that is caused by, whatever, hey, they didn't leave or shut the water off and drain it out properly, winterizing it the correct way or anything like that. So we want to just minimize the opportunity that the clients have to throw it back on us or anything like that, saying we did a process wrong a previous time we were out. Continuing with the mindset of the cold and the ice, the winter process for driving. All right, so back to what I was talking about before we were barged in on. The winter process for driving, in the mornings, just send a photo of the road condition, especially if the night before, rained and it freezes over, stuff like that. We prefer to, if it's bad enough, we prefer to pay you to sit in a hotel all day. Instead of you getting out on the road and risking to damage the van and then you're paying for the whole van and stuff like that, and our insurance skyrockets. So in the morning, just send a photo in the group chat saying, hey, this is what it looks like outside, and we'll let you know good to go or not. Yeah.
Do they have to pay us like $125 a day?
Yeah.
Okay. We didn't do that last week.
I know, we're gonna do it this year. All right. All right. Next thing on the list is the new part process that we're gonna have for getting stuff out of the shop. As y'all have seen before, I tried giving y'all this list a long time ago. Right here, the part list. It's going to be really heavily used now at this point, and I highly recommend that y'all keep a copy for yourself, because now from Wednesday to Wednesday, the shop guy is going to go back and look at the work orders of the prior week and get a list of all your van stock stuff. Some of y'all have already kind of been through it. That was the very first process of it, where you just go through, verify that yes, this was all van stock that was used off of it, or if it wasn't, you need to that, you know, hey, this is the receipt for that material, or whatever it may be on that side. So that we can get back in the process of, you know, Monday mornings, there's essentially just gonna be a box out there for y'all. You grab the box of your stuff and you can move on quicker. But it's always gonna be best to keep the list yourself, just in case the shop guy out there misses stuff. Like, for example, on yours, he only had like 1 or 2 parts, and I was like, there's no way, like, he did more work orders than that. And sure enough, he went in there and found that he missed about 4 work orders on your board. So luckily we caught that and we got you your parts. So just know that that's coming down the line and really has already started. Any questions about any of the freeze break stuff, anything like that?
I did have a question, but I forgot what it was.
Grab a tent from the shop this morning if there's any left, especially if you need to, since you have a dig job. If you have any jobs on your board that for sure you're going to be outside dealing with the cold, you know, frozen pipes or something like that, try to grab a tent so that we can insulate it. And we're going to be allowing, depending on the job itself, we're going to be allowing y'all to go and buy like the propane heaters and everything, so that y'all can keep the work area warm, insulated, and it'll help naturally thaw out the pipes if they're frozen water lines or anything like that.
So we're gonna eventually need a tarp too.
That, or you can use the roll plastic that is on your van, and you'll be able to charge for that. I know it's not the thickest plastic, but there should be enough where you can wrap it a few times. Any questions?
Will we be charging a bank fee with the propane tank?
No, it's something that we're telling you that you can buy, so you'll be good on that side. It's a legit question. Fair, legit question. I will say there's already some heaters out there in the shop, so if you're grabbing a tent, like for you have a dig job, I would grab a tent and grab the heater, and then we can save money as a company, because we already got one out there. And the one we have out in the shop is actually a really good one. So, all right, that concludes today's training.